welcome back to the Overwatch Oasis League. We are in week 8 right now, right in the middle of these 6 matches that we have in the week. And we got a good one for you today. Taterbots versus Sea9. Tater Pots, sorry. I continue to get that wrong. But the Tater Pots, they started off 0-3, but they got their first win back in week 6 against the Tantalizers. Sea9, they've looked like one of the stronger teams so far this season. They are coming off their 4-0 over the defending champions Corey. I'm Mr. Game & Kirby, and I'm joined by Sebi.
Hi guys, welcome. It's definitely gonna look like a David versus Goliath sort of story here. What are your thoughts about these two teams going head to head now?
Well, it's kind of interesting. I mentioned this in both the podcasts and the power rankings. Tater Pots have had a brutal start to their season so far in terms of their opponents. They've played Diving Phoenix, White Walkers, Corey, some of the top teams in the league, and this is another tough test. But they did look very good in their game against Tantalizers, so I'm excited to see what they do here.
I'm excited to see the double spam that they're bringing with their comp now with the Junkrat Farah along with the Brawly tanks. They do have the double main heals, so they won't have any sort of get out of jail free card here, so that's something that they've got to watch out for.
We are going to see Antpo on the sim. They're already teleported to point. Rigamortis has to be careful, already taken down, but Feels Bad wins the Farah duel in the air. Long kind of separated. Take the Strap is able to get the res. Belia, who is making their debut, did not, and we do see Sea9 kind of having a firm hold of this point here on Lighthouse.
Yeah, that was definitely going to be a difficult contest for Taters. They're losing their main tank pretty early on in the fight, and a nice res from Take the Strap just pretty much sealed the deal there and won them that fight.
They're going to have to figure out a way once a sim gets set up on point, especially on Lighthouse. It can be very difficult to be able to recontest it.
I'm impressed with Alonzita right now. He's going to have to mine to come out. This Ryan is in no man's land.
And Rigamortis once again gets taken out right away. Alonzita has been an excellent tank so far this season and continues to show that to this day.
I do like the reset here from Tater Pots though. Trying to get out without giving too much ult charge here.
Oh, and we do see Asbelia get the res off for bullet dodgers, but not able to survive themselves. Nick Caney doing a good job here, patrolling the skies, not letting Feels Bad get the sight lines that they have. They do have Barrage coming up here. We'll see if they want to initiate this next team fight with it.
Yeah, Taters really need to be careful here. In terms of ult economy, Sea9 are definitely in favor right now.
Good pull. And there it is, the Barrage. Only gets one for now. Feels Bad able to take out Nikani. But look at how many ults are already on the side of Sea9. They've only had to use 2 so far in this team fight.
From Adelia though, able to get the Moira back into the fight and potentially swing things in their favor. They do have Grab Barrage coming online now.
Well, we are approaching overtime here, so they have to win this fight. And here comes Feels Bad trying to barrage, but gets taken out as well. Big Brant is throwing in the Graviton Surge. This isn't looking too good for the Tater Pots. It looks like Sea9 have all but won this point. And yeah, 99-0 here, or 100-0, I guess. Sea9 takes Lighthouse.
I think the Symmetra really done a lot, especially getting 2 point first at the very beginning. Just made life so much more difficult for Taters there. And with the boot potential of the Hammond, so you'd boot the people out of the point, and then when they come back in, they get beamed again by the turrets from Symmetra.
Luckily for Tater Pots, you don't really see that much success from a sim strat on these other 2 maps, so perhaps there will be an opening for them to at least tie it up here and send it to Ruins. But we are now on well, and both teams of course running the Lucio, and both teams running the Orisa, with McBrantis gonna go to the Roadhog. Should be interesting, might see a lot of environmental kills.
double snipers coming out from both teams as well. Will definitely be fun to see. So double shield against Orisa Hog may be quite difficult for Taters to play into, but we'll see how they do.
Feels bad perched up on the top ledge, and there's a pick right off the bat. McBrantis hooks Optibot into the pit, but look at that, Ziptail gets one in return, and with the res onto Nikaney, it's now anyone's fight. So here we go, both shields here kinda playing around the sight lines. Nikaney is able to find his Bella, and look at this, Oops Central right now. Ziptail finds McBrantis. And it looks like Sea9 is going to take first cap once again.
Surprisingly, it was looking more like a Taters fight win there, but they were able to get the pretty good environmental kills to sort of bring it back into their favor.
Yeah, Ziptail playing some Red Lucio right now, but feels bad. JPEG gets the headshot on him. Now they won't have to worry about it, but Nikaney wins the Widow 1v1. This fight is going back and forth right now. McBrantis on the flank gets hit with a rock. Well, Dodgers takes out Alonzita, but that will be rezzed right up. Nikaney is out, and that's huge for Tater Pots, but look at that, Alonzita finds another environmental kill onto McBrantis. Remorse trying to get aggressive onto these other tanks, and we will see Organic Kale use the Coalescence to try and close out this team fight. And it does look like Sea9 is content to back up and let Tater Pots have the first capture of this match.
Now Taters do need to be careful. They did invest Coalescence into that fight, and if you look at the ult economy for Sea9, they've got pretty much everything coming into this next fight, so they've got to be very careful. They do have
no one can hide from my sight.
Simultaneous sights coming out from these widows here. So both teams basically just playing into each other's hands. There's the dragons out from Antpo, not gonna really find anything. I don't know if the coordination with the halt was quite there.
I really
Bob
like
is down from
body
both.
blockings from Alonzita to save Antpo there on the blob.
Oh no, Nikaney falls to the Venom Mine. That is a rare kill, and you hate to see it. Ken, take this strap, maybe get that res, and a boop on McBrantis. And look at this, Optibot using the Gravitic Flux to get out of the well. McBrantis had hooked him, and with 2 picks with the Gravitic Flux, it looks like Sea9, they will retake it here on well.
Definitely gotta be careful for Ziptail just coming around the corner and grouping 1 or 2. Would have been 2, but I believe someone was able to jump out of the well.
Well, yeah, I think it was, well, it was Optibot, I think, that was able to use the Gravitic Flux to rise back in the air and get back onto the main land. So, here we go. Tater Pots, they're here taking the side rotation. But Sea9 playing around this double shield well, and there's a halt onto Rigamortis. Not gonna find anything. Picks are going back and forth. Feels bad, takes out the chance of a red zone. McBrantis, look at this beautiful flank. Gets a nice double kill with the whole hog. And Tater Pots, they're gonna take it right back.
Now it looks like Sea9 will have beat coming into this next fight. Aspelia did use her beat. Fortunately, they do have Coalescence online, but nothing really else for both teams. Maybe Sights, but
For sure,
like
maybe
a dry push, possibly, to get rid of the Coalescence.
perhaps Nikaney could use those sights to find out Feels Bad and win that 1v1. Ziptail's gonna use the sound barrier aggressively. Not gonna get a whole lot of value because we don't see a lot of aggression from Sea9.
I think the beat save take the strap because Mac was on the flank and he did get the hook onto take the strap, so the beat save.
I see. And Nikaney uses the sight and finds Feels Bad. That's a huge pick, but Bulldodger's able to build up the tire. Here it comes. Only takes out 1, but that is an important pick indeed. Supercharger out from Rigamortis. Nikaney on the flank. Not gonna find anything. Yes, the res onto Alonzita probably puts this fight back in Sea9's favor, but the reinforcements should be coming back for the Tater Pots. Take the strap, almost getting a nice hook. And here's the Gravitic Flux from Optibot. It might be huge. Does get one, but Bullet Dodgers also finds one. Ant Pole finds one with a Pulse Bomb. This team fight is going back and forth. McBrant is not really able to find anything with the whole hog. Bullet Dodgers takes out Ziptail. That's a lot of environmental kill possibility. And Bullet Dodgers really trying to take this team fight back, but he gets taken down. The double shield is still here for Sea9. And Taterpots have to be careful because of this supercharger here. And McBrantis is down, not able to find any environmental kills. And it looks like the cleanup will be here for Sea9. They're not gonna...
Sea9, I would push this Orisa right now just to guarantee the point.
Yeah, this is tough. We're gonna have to see some stall characters coming out from Taterpots. McBrantis on the Wrecking Ball will almost certainly be able to touch here. Bullet Dodgers is actually the one that was able to. And here comes Organic Kale, and Feels Bad gets the opening pick, but not without falling themselves. This team fight is a 5v5 right now. It's close. But take the strap with a very sneaky res. Once again, Ziptail is back. The boops are back online. Will he be able to find one? He's in perfect position. Not quite. Ooh, actually some anti-synergy there with the halt. Asbelia has the sound barrier.
Ooh, Grab wasn't able
And the
to find
Tater
it.
Pots aren't on the point. Wasn't looking good regardless, but Sea9 will take Ilios here. And
Looks like they won by a C9 as well.
yeah, exactly.
That was an awful pun.
I'm sure they'll appreciate it.
Of course, well, we will definitely make that reference anytime we see that happen in a Sea9 game.
That was definitely a fun showing. Taterpots looking like they could have brought it back there, so honestly, I couldn't say who would win this game just by watching that map alone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, obviously, Lighthouse was a very one-sided affair, but that was more because Sea9 were able to establish that sim onto Lighthouse, which is incredibly hard to crack once it's online. So we will have to see. I do think that these teams can be pretty evenly matched. One thing I think the Sea9 has in favor is playing that double shield there, Alonzita and Optibot. We're staying alive so long, playing around the shields well, using sightlines to their advantage. Feels bad he wasn't quite getting as much value out of the Widowmaker as Nikani was, even though Feels Bad picked off Nikani quite a few times.
Yeah, because once you take out your counterpart, even if you're pretty much free to do whatever you want with double shield, it's really difficult to get a pick after that.
I did like the switch from Bullet Dodgers onto the Junkrat. Sadly, the tires didn't quite find the value that maybe you'd hope for, so we'll have to see if they want to continue to run spammy shield breaky comps to try and counteract this double shield here, although we may see I Am the Slinky coming in for the next map. One interesting thing to note is that the Taterbots actually do not have anyone on the bench right now. The 6 that you see in right now are the only 6 you're going to get, so maybe someone will show up later, but as of right now, this is the Taterpots that we know, and sadly they are missing a very key player right now, and that is Chase Swanson, who has been nothing short of remarkable this season.
Definitely want to start following T3 a little more so I can see exactly what each player is up to. It's a shame that there's only 6 for Taterpots right now. I would like to see more of their roster and see the depth that each person brings to the team.
Actually, Taterpots actually do have one of the smaller rosters right now. They're really only missing Chase Swanson. Who else are they missing? Hexthorn, a tank player, formerly known as Zoms. And I guess they're missing Coach Preacher Dad, who has been missing actually for a couple weeks now. I think missed the entirety of the last map rotation.
I see. He is one of the healers, right?
Yeah, he played a lot of BAP. Pretty well, too.
I think from the healing lineup for Tater Pots, we're not going to see much outside of Moira Mercy or Moira Lucio, which may be the...
Yeah, Organic Kale tends to stick to that Moira. Remember, Organic Kale was actually the main tank for this team, but now we see Rigamortis and Bullet Daughters kind of swapping in and out of that main tank role. McBrantis has been filling that off-tank role, playing some Zarya a lot. Played a really great Zarya against Tantalizers, was getting so many picks, so high charge for so long. Hopefully he can play a little bit more Zarya here on Numbani, although a lot of teams have been favoring more dive-oriented comps or more double shield-oriented comps, so Ryan Zarya might not be the best option.
I definitely would like to see a Monkey from the attacking side here. Some sort of dive with a sniper would definitely be fun to watch and commentate over.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if we see at least one of these teams play some form of dive, as we have seen several times already, especially on Numbani, a very, very dive-central map.
How's it looking for lineups? Okay, looks like we're just waiting for Sea9 and we should be good to go. And there it is.
Okay. Ready to head into Numbani. Definitely a more attack-favored hybrid map we see here. We saw both Weaviops and Cosmic Omnics cap all 3 points with a lot of time in the time bank. And we saw... I didn't commentate that one, I just watched the replay. And last night we saw Pizza Planet diving Phoenix. They both almost captured point C. Diving Phoenix was just a little bit close, and then Pizza Planet was able to get to where they were and win the map. So now here we go. We are gonna maybe see a little bit of an interesting dive here with possibly no shield tank on the side of Sea9.
Looks like we're going to go for a pulled pork with a Junkrat soldier. It's definitely going to be difficult for the soldier here, especially against that divey team from Sea9, along with the Lucia and Moira.
Although the Tater Pots, they have the hit scan to possibly shut down Silent Tamer, who has been pretty exceptional this year so far. Definitely one of the best Pharah players we have here in Tier 3. So here we go, Nikani on the Sombra. Gonna scout.
That Sombra could be harassing the soldier to stop him from taking down Silent Tamer.
That's what they like to do, C9. They like to play around Silent Tamer. They like to give him as many resources as they can so he can do the best that he can do. Yeah, here we go. He's got the Mercy Pocket. With the strap there on the far flank. Ziptail is actually the first to fall, though. Most people of Tater Pots, they're relatively healthy. Take the Strap does find the res, but Optibot is now out of the mech.
Yeah,
all of Tater Pots are down on the low ground. Bullet Dodgers.
And leaving her as Baby Diva there.
Optibot is actually back in mech here. And Silent Tamer already building a barrage. You have got to be kidding me. 3 kills with it. And C9 will easily take point A here after a little bit of a delayed team fight.
Yeah, I think Tater Pots were too busy dealing with the people on the ground to look up there. So Silent Tamer just got an insanely good barrage ready.
Now we see he feels bad. Gonna swap to the Widow here, might be a little more useful, less susceptible to dives. Then Soldier at least still is fairly susceptible. Candy getting the hack on the Bullet Dodgers. Bullet Dodgers is low but finds the pick onto Optibot. Team fight still fairly up for grabs with the good spawn. They're gonna try and hold this corner.
Since there is EMP online, McCaney.
Asbelia using this sound barrier. Lonzita trying to get into the backlines to use mine, doesn't really find anything with it. And Nikaney able to take out Feels Bad, and Asbelia runs into a mine. That was a delayed kill. Bad mistake there from Asbelia. And there's the EMP, here comes the bomb. And it does find 3. I thought maybe the placements would be a little sketchy, maybe behind the bus, but it did find its intended targets, and the payload continues to move through point B.
Really good combos there from Sea9, actually, using that EMP with the bomb rather than using it to shut down the beat from earlier, and it paid off. -3.
Yeah, that's one thing that Sea9 like to do. They like to use these ults together, and they like to space them out well. Rigor Mortis and the rest of Taterbot's able to touch, but Alonzita building up another mines. Are you kidding me? Silent Tamer with another barrage. This is just madness here from Sea9. And point B, team kill, just everything. And a massive time bank so far. They have 4 minutes and 45 seconds to take point C.
I did like the recontest there, though. I was surprised that they were able to touch at the very last second, and fortunately they are able to have a mob for this fight. Not only that, they forced the barrage out as well as the beat.
And if there is any place for a team to stabilize, it is on point C here, especially around these first 2 corners. Picks going back and forth, both divas finding a player, but McCaney could still be rezzed by Take the Strap, and is going to. Payload's still moving, but Rigor Mortis finds Alonzita, and Organic Kale and Bullet Dodgers are going to invest both of their ults. And it does look like we are going to see Taterpots able to stabilize here, but still just under 4 minutes that Sea9 have to get the payload to the end of the map here.
Yeah, it's definitely a smart choice to swap onto the Mei, since Alonzita was doing a lot of work in the backline, and they pretty much forced Alonzita to go into the Reinhardt this time.
Yep, so now we see Sea9 going with the Rein Diva comp here. Let's see what they can do with it. Silent Tamer gonna stay on the Pharah, and Alonzita able to take out an out of position Feels Bad. That's going to be a tough opening pick here, and Silent Tamer just peppering in the damage. Look at how close he is to another barrage already. He is remaining completely uncontested, 95-96%. Ziptail takes Brantis out of mech, and it's only a matter of time before Silent Tamer actually dies here. But look at this, the EMP bomb is able to find one, and a good res from Take the Strap onto Silent Tamer. Yep, this is not looking good for Taterpots. They don't have too many ults to work with. Asbelia able to use the Valkyrie. Silent Tamer not really going to find anything with that barrage, but a lot of damage has been done. There's McBrantis throwing in the Diva Bomb, but Alonzita is there. And a nice boop from Ziptail to cancel Asbelia's res. And Alonzita able to pin Rigor Mortis. It looks like it's only a matter of time. Oh yeah, that is true. Feels Bad throwing in the Blizzard. Ooh, Optibot looked like he should have eaten that, but perhaps not. Bullet Dodger's able to take out Silent Tamer. That's a lot of damage out from Sea9. This is a good chance here for Taterpots to stabilize. Silent Tamer's back, however, but Take the Strap costs, or pays for it with their life. Sea9 still electing to fight this, but they are playing very patiently here. Silent Tamer is incredibly low here in the backline, probably trying to taxi Take the Strap, and yes, it looks like we will see Sea9 elect to back up here.
I think they needed to take out Bullet Dodgers there. I think he was doing a lot of work in the backlines, uncontested, and he was getting some pretty juicy dynamites as well. Hence why he's got up for this next fight. does need to be careful of the EMP though. That will pretty much take Bob out of that fight. So
Yeah, look at how many ults are coming on the side of C9. They have the Diva Bomb Shatter and the EMP, and no doubt Silent Tamer will quickly build up this barrage. In fact, the supports are close. We might see just 6 ults in this next team. Like, there's the EMP. It's hacked everyone with the Shatter! And the Diva Bomb finds 3 plus the mech of McBrantis. Isbelia not able to get the res, and we might not even see these ults coming out from Tater Pots. I don't even know if we're gonna see a contest. Moira gonna try and get there. Bob gonna try and get there actually. Ooh, Bob is there to contest. So here we go. Definitely a chance. Isbelia has the Valkyrie coming out. Silent Tamer using the barrage finds feels bad. Both support ults coming out from C9, but the supercharger is there for Rigor Mortis. Take the strap with a nice res on the Silent Tamer. And there it is. Optibot and Zip Tail able to force Tater Pots off the point, and they do cap point C, but a significant amount of time was burned off of their time bank. Only 35 seconds in the time bank, a very beatable time bank, especially considering that Tater Pots have been more of an attack-oriented team in these past couple of seasons.
yeah, that was a really strong hold from Tater Pots. C9 coming into that final third with just under 5 minutes, and the time being whittled down to 35 seconds now. Shows that this game definitely is favorable for them. And as you said, if they are the attacking team that you're talking about, then it should be definitely in their favor.
Yeah, it helps when you add those 2 very long, extended team fights there that whittled down probably just over a minute each. Sometimes it's tough as the attacking team. You want to keep fighting it because you think you can win it right there, but sometimes maybe a regroup is actually the right call.
Interesting to see C9 running some sort of defensive dive here. I want to see how they'll play this out, especially against a Orisa from Tater Pots.
We did see Diving Phoenix run this against Pizza Planet last night to varying degrees of success. Definitely can work, especially again on Numbani, a very dive-oriented map. But Rigor Mortis and McBrantis, they're going to go with the Orisa Diva. Feels bad now on the Pharah trying to battle Silent Tamer here. We'll have to see how that works out.
Both Pharahs do need to be careful as Nikani is on the soldier and bullet dodges on the Ash, especially with Mercy. That one hit headshot would be life and death for Silent Tamer.
So here we go, Tater Pots up here on the high ground. Optibot trying to find the dive targets, and feels bad is down. Nikani finds the target. Will get res, and Silent Tamer actually takes themselves out. Take the strap. Could maybe get the res. Actually might be in an unresable spot. So here we go, Optibot trying to dive again, maybe cause some distraction. Silent Tamer has respawned, so will take a little bit to get back into this fight. So here's Tater Pots' chance. Optibot finds Rigor Mortis. That's actually a lot of shielding down from Tater Pots. McBrantis able to find Alon, and Bullet Dodgers able to take the strap, but we might see C9 able to take this back. Here comes McBrantis' Diva Bomb, and it was shielded, yeah, by the bubble. It was almost broken though, so could have seen Tater Pots possibly break that shield. And Nikani finding 2 right there and popping the tac visor. It looks like C9 are going to be able to stabilize here. Tater Pots had
especially being down the Mercy with the res, I believe. But Nikani doing a lot of work on the soldier at the very end.
Oh, and Nikani finding an early opening pick onto Organic Kale. That'll likely force out a res, although Nikani still finding the picks on Zeta, causing a lot of disruption here. Able to get away with it too. You might need to see the Mei again out here from Feels Bad if they want to try and stop this Wrecking Ball, because they're causing so much havoc.
McCaney is just putting in so much work right now, stopping any sort of push Tater pots have. Kill after kill.
Feels bad. Down has the barrage ready. A lot of ults coming online on the side of Tater pots, but it's going to be tough. Optibot using the Primal Rage, and we are going to see Ziptail invest the Nano Boost on the Silent Tamer, but I don't know if that was necessarily needed. And Silent Tamer knew that they didn't want to over ult, so they did not use barrage either.
Yeah, definitely a smart choice holding on to that barrage, especially for what seems to be last fight now, and pretty much everyone has their ults here. So that
and look at this. Feels bad. Gonna elect to go to the Mei. I think had the barrage ready unless they used it and I didn't see and it got no value. I'm not 100% sure. Here we go. Silent Tamer, look at all this damage going into the Tater pots right now. They might need to pop Coalescence just to survive. Here comes Lonzito with the mines. That might be huge. And McCaney throwing in the sights. This is looking just no good for Tater pots. Bob is going to be thrown to try and get something done here. Rigamortis' res does have the supercharger available, but Silent Tamer still holding on to this barrage, likely going to use it to close out the map. This isn't looking good. Only a Divaless McBrantis is even near the point, and that will be the full hold from Sea9, and they take the series lead 2-0.
Unfortunately, they were able to take out the Orisa before she could pop the bongo as well. So definitely one advantage for Tater pots taking out the fight immediately.
Yeah, Tater pots kind of letting that nice opportunity they had, take the strap and making sure that the res wasn't there. They weren't able to convert that into a team fight victory. And if there is a difficult spot on Numbani, it can be taking point A at times, especially if you run that defensive dive that we saw Sea9 take, but you can definitely easily make it through the streets phase of point B, and point C has a couple tough spots, especially around those corners, but overall not the hardest payload to escort to the end.
I think they were giving a lot of space to McCaney as well, which allowed McCaney to just sort of, take their time and pop off. Since they didn't have anyone really to contest him, they did have the D.Va, but the D.Va was elected to stay more with the Orisa for the attack.
Yeah, perhaps could have maybe seen a more dive-oriented style coming in from Tater pots. Last season we did see Rigamortis play a lot of Wrecking Ball, but I'm guessing that McBrantis is not 100% comfortable on main tank, so they might be a little stuck right now. Perhaps maybe we can see Bullet Dodgers come in. We have seen him play both Winston and Ryan here, and they can switch McBrantis to DPS, which he has played in the past. They also have Organic Kale, who can play a nice Ryan as well. Obviously, they do have to keep in mind the SR limits, but moving McBrantis down to DPS is actually good because his SR on DPS is a little bit lower. So they could definitely get away with that.
Let me just swap these team names around.
We'll have to see if we see any swaps coming out from Sea9. Once again, we will not see any from Tater pots unless they want to swap roles. And yes, here we go. I am the Slinky coming in I smell some double shield likely to be played here on Temple of Anubis. I am the Slinky on the Rhine and Optibot on the Sigma. We're going to continue to see Silent Tamer and Nikani and Ziptail and take the strap. So far we actually have not seen any of Panderp so far. Panderp has definitely been a breakout superstar in this league, playing an excellent support and DPS, playing Ashe, Ana, just at such a high level. It's definitely one of the reasons to their success, but obviously they have not needed them today.
Definitely would be excited to see Panda come in. You were saying they play a lot of... Let's have a look.
Plays a lot of Ashe mostly, and has been absolutely incredible at points.
Yeah, I can definitely see them shutting down any potential Pharah that the Tater Pots bring in. That being said, I wouldn't be surprised if I saw another Pharah from either teams. With the way Nikani's been playing, I think Tater should watch out.
Yeah, I don't see Silent Tamer not playing the Pharah. If Silent Tamer's Pharah's working, I don't think he's gonna switch, and why should he? It's so good that, and if it's borderline uncounterable, it's just kind of how it goes. We did see Sea9, they struggled against Diving Phoenix back in week 5, and we actually did see Honey Biscuits kind of shut him down. Again, you know, goes back to Taterpot's kind of missing Chase Swanson right now. Perhaps he could have been a nice difference maker in this game, but we just never know.
Yeah, I think if the hit scans play their angles well, then they should have a much easier time against, you know, Pharahs that tend to build their barrages hella quick, like Silent Tamer over there. Playing at some sort of distance where you can, you know, back around the corner. And having a Mercy Pocket definitely helps as well.
So now we'll see the Tater Pots on attack again. Normally they're bread and butter. Obviously they struggled on the attack there on Numbani. So we'll have to see. Perhaps they can get off to a good start here on Temple of Anubis, capture both points, have a nice defense, and you know, then we're starting to talk about a reverse sweep. And you know, if that happens, then those first 2 maps are just a distant memory at that point.
Yeah,
we have seen a...
Still anyone's game here. I wouldn't be surprised if either teams bring out a Junkrat, since there's a lot of, you know, tight corners and tight spaces on this map. One Junkrat tire could be the difference between capping point A and point B immediately, or, you know, taking it to overtime.
And it looks like we actually are gonna see Antpo coming in here instead of Nikani. Antpo, known for playing a lot of Tracer so far this year and has been very good at it. There aren't many players on the Sea9 rosters that hasn't looked really good this season. Sea9, they definitely are one of the stronger teams in the league right now. Or in Tier 3, I should say. Although I would honestly say they could maybe give a couple of those Tier 2 teams a run for their money.
You think so? Maybe we should have an exhibition match.
Yeah, well, I wonder how certain scrims have gone. If I don't know if certain Tier 2 teams have played certain Tier 3 teams. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not saying they would win. I'm just saying they would give them a run for their money.
Well, if they play the way they've been playing against Tater Pots for these last 2 maps, then definitely. I do feel like a Baptiste may be key for Tater Pots here, though. That Immortality Field will really save quite a few of them, especially from the quick ults that Sea9 seem to be building. The real question is, what does chat want to see coming into Anubis? Anything
One thing that the One thing that the Tater Pots are known for on Temple of Anubis are some of the most ingenious teleport strats I've ever seen on Temple of Anubis. That was back during the mid-season invitational. They had one where they were able to put the teleporter up into one of like the crevices in like the, I don't know what you would call it, and they were able to wrap around and kind of take the back way. And then the other one, it looked like they were going to go to that left side room, but they quickly changed course and teleported straight down the middle, and it was so perfect. So perhaps we'll see a similar sim strat here.
Wacky strats there that both teams need to watch out for.
Initiating match.
Question is, are we going to see it now? Seth wants to see Optimus on Sigma. I wonder if we're going to see that sim strat come out, or a Sigma.
Ready for battle.
And I was interesting. I was correct that Sea9 are going to play some double shield, but look at this. I am the Slinky actually going to be on the Sigma here. And Optibot going for the Orisa. That's actually kind of a role reversal. Usually Optibot's on that off tank, and I am the Slinky usually plays the main tank. So maybe flexing some of their flexibility here on the defense.
I do like the change up going on to the dive from Tater Pots. Though they do need to watch out for Sea9 in general, that, you know, the Ash and Junkrat with the double shield are really strong, especially for defense here.
Now we'll have to see if Feels Bad can also win the sniper battle against Silent Tamer. Silent Tamer does have the pocket from Ziptail, though. We are actually going to see take the strap, go to Moira this time around. And here comes Rigamortus with the opening jump. McBrantis is right behind him, and Rigamortus finds the opening pick, but pays for it with their life, and McBrantis is also down here too. It's not looking too good, and with the res onto Antpo, looks like Sea9 will win this first team fight.
Yeah, that was definitely a strong start for Taters there. They do need to watch out for Silent Tamer being pocketed up top. No one on Tater Pots being able to sort of reach Silent Tamer without going through the rest of the team first. So they're going to have to play bearing that in mind.
And look at this, we see I Am the Slinky putting that shield in front of Silent Tamer and Ziptail, although we do see Feels Bad on the flank here, getting very low. So here we go, another dive attempt from Rigamortus, but Organic Kale's already down. Nice headshot from Feels Bad, he finds two. There's the opening that we could possibly see from Tater Pots. They gotta go aggressive here, and Feels Bad is down. They will have the slight spawn advantage though. McBrantis trying to get aggressive, and here comes another jump from Rigamortus. Putting in a lot of that cleave damage. Ziptail is down, no res is available. As Belia takes out Optibot, Rigamortus gonna use the Primal Rage, but at the end of the day, it does look like we will see Tater Pots able to capture point A here. Silent Tamer back up here on the high ground could actually get Bob and delay this even further.
I would have liked to see Organic Kale holding on to the Coalescence, as it looked like the fight was already won for them. But that being said, Take the Strap also did use the Coalescence, so it is a little bit of a trade coming into this next fight.
And especially if you're in a position like Tater Pots are in right now, and you want to win any fight that you can right now, he'll take some drastic measures. Both Dodgers trying to sneak into the back line, but does get taken out by Antpo. They're going back and forth right now. McBrantis throwing in the Diva Bomb, not going to be able to find anything. Ziptail going to use the Valkyrie to keep the team healed. Is Belia going to use the Sound Barrier? I don't know. This isn't looking too good for Tater Pots. And yeah, will get taken down, and Sea9 will hold here on point B for this first minute or so.
Sea9 fortunately were able to bait out the beat and the Diva Bomb. So coming into this next fight, not only do they have both tank and DPS ults, The only things they need to worry about are the pulse bomb and lights.
That was kind of an unfortunate Diva Bomb placement from McBrant as it actually landed on that circular ledge near the point, kind of cut off some line of sight from beneath. So, we'll have to see though. Antpo is found out here, won't be able to sneak attack him this time, and the dive does come from Rigamortis. Bob is out, testing the point here, and a nice halt. Beautiful halt. And a lot of damage being peppered into Tater Pots. Although, picks going back and forth, but every pick is going to favor the defense. Antpo throwing in the tire. Only takes McBrantis out of mech, but that might be all that they really need in order to maintain this hold here on point B. And yeah, once again, Sea9 remaining strong here on this point B defense. This can be a tricky point to attack at times. So, we'll have to see. We might see Sea9 be able to full hold this, but still 3 minutes left on the clock.
You see, feels bad to swap on the Widow onto the Sim. So maybe want to build up that team and get just an incredible amount of damage onto that team.
And they are gonna teleport up to this circular ledge, but Octobot able to get him off of there, and a nice eat onto Bullet Dodger's pulse bomb. And there's the gravitic flux coming out from Ian the Slinky. Take the strap, also committing the coalescence. And it does look like Sea9 once again will win another team fight. They did use several ults, and we are going to see Rigamortis swap to Rhine here to potentially find a way to turn this around.
Yeah, they definitely do need to change a few things up, seeing as though dive didn't work for the previous 2 or 3 pushes there.
Silent Tamer has the Bob online, and Antpo is right on the cusp of getting a tire, so this is going to be another tricky push here for Tater Pots. I'm gonna see Bullet Dodgers also swap to the Reaper. Have to see. We actually do not see a whole lot of shielding out here from Sea9 right now. And here comes McBrantis throwing in the Diva Bomb, and a perfect immortality from Ziptail. We are going to see Antpo throwing in the tire. Only takes McBrantis out of mech once again, and 2 ticks here gained by Tater Pots, and it looks like they are actually controlling the team fight. They're going to have to be careful with this Amp Matrix, and here comes Silent Tamer throwing in Bob, and Octobot using the Diva Bomb, and it looks like we will see a stabilization from Sea9, but they did have to give up just over 2 ticks in order to make that happen.
Really solid defense there from Sea9, looking in favor of Tater Pots. And then somehow they were able to bring that back from having the Diva Bomb and then just sort of snowballing from there. Now Tater Pots do need to be careful, as this is the last fight. They do have Shatter and Coalescence coming into this. Maybe the Reaper as well.
Yeah, but if the team fight goes long, could use it to potentially close out the map if they are able to find the openings. Bull Dodgers teleporting up to the circular platform. Feels bad, gonna take his place instead. Rigamortis is super low, so Organic Kale's gonna have to use the Coalescence. Feels bad is low as well. Here comes the Shatter, and it's a good one, but I am the Slinky able to use the Gravitic Flux. Not gonna find anyone for now. McBrantis barely alive and is going to survive, and Bullet Dodgers coming up on the Death Blossom here. Antpo, they have to be careful. Antpo and Ziptail here on the point, and Bullet Dodgers might need to use that Death Blossom sooner rather than later. Take the strap, finds one with the Coalescence. Octobot back here, and Bullet Dodgers falls with the Death Blossom! Oh no! What a mistake there from Bullet Dodgers. Wade was being a little greedy, trying to get as much as he could. Maybe he should have just been content with only getting a pick or 2 to keep the fight in favor of Tater Pots, but just a little over 2 ticks on point B is all they're going to have to settle for. So Sea9 with a very clear win condition, basically capture point B, and they will take the series.
Fortunately, Tater Pots were able to get at least 2 ticks, so that gives them a little bit of breathing room if they do take it to point B. If they play their cards right, they could full hold as well. So
And we did see Pizza Planet able to full hold Diving Phoenix just yesterday. Saw some great Pharah play from Super Ninja. We'll have to see no Pharah play coming out from Tater Pots this time around, but we will see Silent Tamer. There he is, back on the Pharah.
Definitely going to be a fun watch. Bullet Dodgers is going to be on the McCree there. And they do have the May, maybe to just wall off a couple of people as they go from the left or the right room. But I think Bullet Dodgers with the Mercy Pocket should be enough to take out Silent Tamer. Silent Tamer will need to play carefully though.
Easier said than done, however. And a Kale throwing in the damage orb. Get some of that ult percentage building. Ample already incredibly low. Trying to kind of get through choke here, but has the Mercy Pocket, and he goes up to the high ground. Taterpot's being a little bit overwhelmed, and Silent Tamer from above. Unreal the amount of amazing sightlines he's able to get, but is Abelia able to get the res on the Bullet Dodgers? Can he take him out? Yes, Bullet Dodgers finds the headshot onto Silent Tamers, but not without falling themselves. Team fight still up for grabs, and Take the Strap could still get a sneaky res here, but McBrantis takes out Ziptail. This team fight is very close, but the tanks on the side of Taterpots, they're way too low. And it looks like at the end of the day, Sea9 will be able to win the war of attrition and capture point A, so they will have just under 6 minutes to try and capture point B here.
I think Taterpots came into that fight at a disadvantage, coming against double spam with only an Orisa shield. Was just asking for Sea9 to take that point immediately.
So here we go, they're going quickly. Ziptail using the speed boost, but I Am the Slinky does get stunned by Bullet Dodgers and taken out. Hopefully we don't see any ults from Sea9, as this is going to be a tough fight for them to win, and yes, they are going to be content with backing up. Bullet Dodgers is going to get it one with the High Noon, so it is a stagger. Well, no, not a stagger, because we see the res, so perhaps a little bit of an overcommitment there from Bullet Dodgers.
Did like the backing from Sea9 there as soon as they lost their main tank. Definitely wasn't worth going into that fight and invest any ults.
Looks like we might just see a 6 ult build up here from Sea9. They already pretty much have 5 online. Here we go, both support ults out from Taterbots, and with the grab barrage, this is looking all too good for Sea9. Belia able to get the res onto Rigamortis. Ample finds one with the Tater. So here we go, Organic Kale finding Ample. All of these picks are going to be favoring the defense. And there's the Shatter, a nice Shatter from Rigamortis. Optibot is actually still relatively healthy. Ziptail with a nice peel and has a sound barrier here. They are investing everything to try and win this fight. Sea9 are, but they have not gained any capture percentage whatsoever. Feels bad. Back on the Pharah this time around, trying to contest Silent Tamer, and Bullet Dodgers able to take out Silent Tamer, and it does look like we will likely see Taterpots able to stabilize, but a nice Shatter. Ooh, but an even better pin for Rigamortis. Slinky not able to follow up on the Shatter, and Isvalia getting the res onto Bullet Dodgers. Optibot though trying his best to turn this around. The team fight still relatively up for grabs, but it looks like that will be it. It looks like we are going to see a stagger here on the Take the Strap, and actually a nice bit of time wasted there from Taterpots. Only 3.5 minutes here.
Rigamortis has done a incredible job before he died and after, being able to, you know, pull the Shatter off, and coming back from spawn did get the counter pin onto Slinky. Now he does have another Shatter to work with coming into this next fight. Maybe we'll see a Shatter High Noon combo.
And suddenly now the ult advantage is kind of slipping back into Taterbot's favor. Bullet Dodgers gets it taken down, but we'll get res. Ziptail using the speed boost. Feels bad using the barrage, and 3 ults popped at once. This isn't actually looking too good for Taterpots, and Silent Tamer not going to really find a whole lot with the barrage itself, but does enough damage anyway. Bullet Dodgers coming in with the High Noon, does find 1. Again, that will always favor the defense. Organic Hail coming in with the Coalescence and kind of a whiff grab there from Octobot before they fall. Feels bad back here on the Pharah. We might see another stabilization. Look at all the reinforcements coming in from Tater Pots. And I am the Slinky not able to follow up on another Shatter. Once again, not looking too good for C9 here, and they will have to regroup once again.
Yeah, spawns were definitely favoring Tater Pots there, and you could definitely see, surprisingly, they weren't even able to get a tick from Tater Pots.
Yeah, both teams investing a lot of ults into these fights, and for both sides it may be detrimental, but at least with the defenders, they have the spawn advantage. So here we go. Brantis now has the Diva Bomb, but Antpo with the Tire. Which ult will find more value? C9 gonna go with the indoor rotation here. Both tank ults available, and there comes the Diva Bomb. Not gonna find anything, and Shatter actually isn't getting much value either. In fact, the picks are going in favor of C9, and here comes the Tire, takes out 2. This isn't looking too good for Tater Pots. Organic Kale trying to use the Coalescence, but it isn't going to be enough. 1 tick here gained for C9. Here we go though, pin onto Antpo. Are we gonna see it again? Nope, take the strap. Able to res Antpo. Aspelia though, eyeing the Slinky down. And feels bad coming back with the barrage. And the High Noon gets 2! You have got to be kidding me, Bullet Dodgers! What is going on here? And again, Tater Pots, they do it! They hold on point B, and now we're probably in 1 team fight territory as we approach under a minute.
Tater Pots there, even though they were getting taken out quite quickly, they were able to take 1 or 2 out themselves, and then with the respawns, they were able to sort of, you know, pressurize the rest of C9 trying to take that point.
So now here we go, Octobot with the Graviton Surge once again, Silent Tamer with the High Noon and Ampo. C9 once again with the opening pick, can they capitalize? Aspelia has the sound barrier to counteract the Graviton Surge. McBrantis finds Silent Tamer not able to use the High Noon. Ampo has built up the Shatter, or the Tire, and there is 1 onto Rigor Mortis, but as we've seen, that might not be enough. Bullet Dodgers getting pressured here. Aspelia is down. Here we go. Overtime is initiated, and Ziptail has the sound barrier. Silent Tamer will be returning shortly with that High Noon. Perhaps that is what they could use to stabilize here. Rigor Mortis not able to find a miracle pin this time. Both of the High Noons are out, and Silent Tamer not going to be able to find anything, but Bullet Dodgers gets taken out, and C9 just barely able to win this map and take the series. An unbelievable effort from Tater Pots, but sadly not quite enough.
Definitely had me on the edge of my seat there. Like it could have been really good. Tater Pots doing a really good job of holding that for pretty much 6 minutes there until the very end. Weren't able to find anyone after getting maybe 1 or 2, but C9 just wanted it so bad.
Those opening picks, they help a lot, and Antpo finding that one at the beginning of that fight was pivotal. So yeah, now 3-0 here for C9. We'll have to see. Tater Pots obviously taking the defeat for the series, but certainly could still salvage some map differential there. Actually not doing too bad in terms of map differential for being 1-3, -5 map record right now, so, you know, cushioning the blow by taking a victory on hopefully Rialto here. We say hopefully because we've actually discovered some bugs with Rialto causing it to close. We will likely attempt it, but if it does close once again, then we will go to our backup map, which will be the map that will be in the next rotation, which is Dorado.
Yeah, I'm a fan of both maps. I wouldn't mind either or.
Yeah. I'm good with either.
Rialto obviously being a very good sort of sniper-orientated map. Maybe we can see more of Feels Bad's Widow coming out.
Savvy team names.
Yeah, I've done all of that. will make you owner. What do you think Tater Pots need to win this final map?
Well, I've liked a lot of what they've done so far. Both Feels Bad and both Dodgers actually playing quite valiantly here on the DPS role. Again, you know, you wonder if Chase Swanson really could have made the difference in this match. I hate harping on about it, but it is a point. You know, Tater Pots, I still think that they are a quality team despite being 1-4 right now. Again, just a really tough start to their schedule, and they've even played a lot of the good teams pretty close. So perhaps we need to see a little bit more of a plan with what they want to do with the tank lineup, because we've seen a lot of interesting tank combinations out from McBrantis and Rigamortis. I did like that Rhine Zarya that they were playing there on Temple of Anubis, and they played it in their last game against the Tantalizers. It's really good. Sadly, Rhine Zarya, not the best for Ilios and Numbani, so perhaps this is just kind of a bad map rotation here for Tater Pots. That is very possible.
I think running Orisa as the only shield is definitely biting them, as Sea9 do tend to run some sort of spammy character to pretty much take that shield out of the fight immediately.
Yeah, you really can't solo shield with Orisa anymore. And her shield only has 600 health. That's pretty easy to take down. You need that Sigma. You almost need the Sigma shield to shield the Orisa shield.
That's why they work so good together.
So here we go. We're on Rialto. So far, so good. Hopefully, once again, we will not experience any sort of bugs or crashing.
Fingers crossed.
Again, if we do, we will go to Dorado.
Wexley, don't think I don't see you in chat.
Yeah, Wegsy, I believe, kind of the coach of this team, plays for the Tier 2 affiliate team, the Tater Bots, which I still do occasionally get screwed up because Tater Pots were the name of the, I guess, their Tier 2 team last season, which Tier 2 is basically Tier 3 now, so I consider the Tater Pots basically what the Tater Bots were, and now the Tater Bots in Tier 2 are a new team that just took that name. Correct me if I'm wrong, Wegsy.
Bastion for Sea9 here. Maybe gonna run some sort of pirate ship.
Interesting, although not getting any value out of the Bastion right off the bat. Feels Bad JPEG getting a nice double kill. Take the strap, not able to find the res, and we are going to see a bit of an aggressive hold here from Tater Pots. They're trying to hold this payload right at the bridge, and nice aggression from McBrantis to take out Silent Tamer, who is now on the tank, interestingly enough, and we do see Panther finally back in the lineup, playing that signature Ash, does find the pick onto Feels Bad. A nice res from Take the Strap, but both Dodgers, another pick, and we do see some life coming out here from Tater Pots, just like we did see in the White Walkers game where they were able to take the final map.
Definitely smart to play aggressively here. Sea9 were running that Bastion. Didn't want that Bastion to set up at all. And it seems to have worked since Pandup has swapped to the Ash now.
Now we see Nikani actually going on to the Genji, but McBrantis with a perfect dive onto Ziptail finds that kill, and look at all the blue in the kill feed. McBrantis tried to push people off the point, but accidentally falls themselves. Unfortunate, you hate to see it, but already a decent hold here from the Tater Pots, already burning Just about a minute and a half here on the clock.
You see Nikani swap onto the Doomfist now. And the Moira does come out as well instead of the Mercy, so they're definitely going to be a lot more tankier. Starting to see.
We go Silent Tamer trying to aggress with that supercharger, but here comes McBrantis. Nice Diva Bomb look. Oh my goodness. Location. And does find one. Pixar going back and forth right now and feels bad. Really popping off on this Widow right now. So here we go. Ziptail giving the nano boost to Silent Tamer. And look at all that damage and it feels bad. And Tater Pots, they're gonna have to back up here and try and defend on at the end of point A, which is definitely a task that is very doable. Rialto is definitely one of those defense-orientated maps.
We will see a few more ults coming online for this final fight. They're being very fast.
Couple ults here out from Sea9. Not gonna find too much right off the bat, but Bullet Dodgers does fall. Rigor Mortis not able to really find anything. With the Supercharger, Organic Kale gonna use the Coalescence here, take this trap, able to build theirs as well. Will they elect to use it right now? Rigor Mortis finds Silent Tamer, and there is the Coalescence from Take the Strap, but it might be too little too late. Although the picks are starting to swing back in favor, and Decani able to find Feels Bad, gonna use the Meteor Strike, maybe take out Bullet Dodgers here. Nope, he's able to roll away. Bullet Dodgers takes him out, but the result is still the same. Payload reaches point A.
Chasing the bad spawns there from Nikani, but being the only one there against a McCree isn't the smartest move. They were punished for that.
So now, here we go. Gonna battle at the bridge, kind of the first choke point of point B.
We'll see
a lot of teams
possibly come out from the
and both of the tanks on Tater Pots are getting low, and this isn't looking good. Bob in a perfect spot. Bullet Dodger's gonna try and turn things around with the high noon. We actually do see picks in favor of Tater Pots. Feels bad. JPEG once again absolutely popping off. Has been playing an exceptional game so far today. Once again, kind of like what we saw last season with Chase Swanson filling in for Polish. We see Feels Bad. Maybe we see perhaps Chase Swanson wasn't needed after all. Feels Bad is just as good. Look at that, another headshot, and to take the strap. This Tater organization just keeps finding these sniper players that are just so good.
Unfortunately, they were able to bait out both Bob and Nano.
Comes a Diva Bomb. Able to find I Am the Slinky. A lot of ults there used on the side of Taterbots. They might want one or two of those back, but at the end of the day, they still do win the team fight and are going to be able to take a more aggressive stance here, closer towards the bridge. Oh, and Ziptail.
Silent Tamer dropped the Bongo to go to Diva.
I'm not sure if Ziptail is maybe going to try and use the canoes to get back, or was just trying to tactical reset, but did land on a canoe, or a gondola, I guess. That's what they're called. The city. So here we go. I'm the Slinky gonna initiate this fight with the Gravitic Flux. Only really has Asbelia in it. Asbelia is low and is forced to use the sound barrier here, and Feels Bad finding the opening pick onto Panderp. Panderp definitely not showing the dominance that they have before, although Feels Bad does fall to the Venom Mine, and a nice boop from Asbelia onto Silent Tamer. Looks like once again we will see another stabilization from Tater Pots, and Sea9 only have about 40 seconds left to try and get this payload to point B.
I'm really liking this aggression on the defensive side from Tater Pots. Only working with Bongo and High Noon. Never mind, Bongo has been taken down by an early pick. And,
there we go. Pander finding the opening pick, and Nikani gonna try and amplify this with the High Noon, but good speed boost from Asbelia to get everyone out of the line of sight. McBrantis still out of mech here. He's able to remech. But Organic Kale is down. Bullet Dodgers is able to find one with the High Noon. It was actually Slinky. They were able to take out the shield. Team fight still up for grabs. Defense has the quicker spawns here. Rigor Mortis able to shield this supercharger, and Panderb in a top position. And McBrant is able to find him with the Diva Bomb. But Silent Tamer's getting close to a Diva Bomb as well. Diva Bomb is super low, and here it is. Diva Bomb out from Silent Tamer. Will it get anyone? Yes, it will find Bullet Dodgers because the shield fell right as it blew up. Feels bad. Popping the sights. This is their chance to turn this around by finding picks. Team fight is actually relatively even now with all the reinforcements coming back for Tater Pots. Still anyone's game here. I'm the Slinky trying to get aggressive on Rigor Mortis. Kind of tough to do. Onto an Orisa, and Bullet Dodgers finds the opening pick here. Onto Zip Tile and Asbelia. Gonna use the sound barrier, and it looks like that will just be it for C9's attack. A very winnable map here for Tater Pots to soften the blow of this defeat.
That was definitely a very unseen side of Tater Pots from all of tonight. I feel like if they were playing like that for all 4 of the maps, then things may have been more so in their favor.
But then again, you could maybe argue that this is really one of the only maps that play into that style that they were playing, kind of with that sniper and playing that Orisa Diva. Like, you can get away with it on this map, but maybe not as much on a map like Numbani.
I definitely agree with you. I think Feelsbad was doing an incredible job just getting all those headshots and just pressuring C9 from, 30-40 feet away from where his main tank is. I think that's where Silent Tamer will swap to the ball and maybe contest Feelsbad now. They do also have Panda on the Ash with that Mercy Pocket. So Feelsbad will have a lot on their plate for this defensive side.
So here we go, Feelsbad gonna stay on the Widow. We're gonna see Genji coming out from Bullet Dodgers. It's been nice to see Genji kind of coming back after his most recent buffs. But Asbelia gets the opening headshot from Nikani. But C9 still allowing the payload to move past the bridge here. They're electing to take a nice position around this corner. That is typically where teams like to hold. Tater Pots were a little aggressive on their point A hold.
I'm a fan of Genji. Not really, don't really see much of Genji in tier 3. But with the buffs that Genji's had recently, definitely very viable, especially with the dive now.
Feelsbad accidentally falls off the map, and so far, just like C9 did right off the bat, Tater Pots are struggling to get a foothold on this attack. Feelsbad not finding a lot of value this time around on the Widow, and Bullet Dodgers still a little over 50%, but look at this rotation, Asbelia with the speed boost. This might actually be a nice rotation from Tater Pots. 2 immediate picks from both sides, but the picks are gonna favor Tater Pots here. Organic Kale able to build up the Coalescence. That was the first ult to be used, as Coalescence frequently is. Silent Tamer gonna try and contest for as long as he can. Just have the adaptive shielding, but will get taken out, and the payload will be able to get past these first couple of corners.
It is important to note though that the DPS from C9 were doing a lot of work, hence why they are both at their ults right now compared to Genji and Widow.
Real Panderb throwing in Bob right up the bat, but falls to Feelsbad, finding all these headshots. Here comes the Diva Bomb, is able to find one, but Nikani with the Tac Visor has 2, and Bob peppering in so much damage. So many members of Tater Pots are low, but Bullet Dodgers, let's see if he elects to use the blade. Likely will not, as it looks like C9 are going to stabilize here, and Tater Pots are going to elect to kind of back up slightly. Ooh, Bullet Dodgers Not 100% sure trying to get back with the team, but a massive stagger there and only a minute and a half left here for Taterpots to try and capture point A. This is a pretty tricky spot to get through as you approach point A, so this is actually a good chance for Sea9 to snag this map away from Taterpots and take the 4-0.
Do need to be careful of the blade that's online for bullet dodges right now. There will be a dry blade since they aren't running an Ana.
60 seconds.
And with under a minute remaining, Rigor Mortis is down. Silent Tamer gonna throw in the mines into the room. Not gonna find anything, and Feels Bad finds the opening pick, but Silent Tamer takes him out. That's exactly what you want to see from the Wrecking Ball. And Ziptail on that Mercy gets the res onto Pander. So here we go, 40 seconds left. Is Belia gonna try and use the sound barrier aggressively? An Organic Kale trying to use the blade, not gonna find any value. Organic Kale finds one.
Big kick.
Coalescence. Gonna be a relatively close fight here. Rigor Mortis goes down though, Feels Bad. Can he be the hero like he has been so far this map? Can he find the picks? And here comes Bob, he'll be able to contest for a little while. And Nikani finds the pick onto Organic Kale. Feels Bad, both Dodgers both getting picks though. Still very possible for Taterbots to flip this around. McBrantis' Diva Bomb doesn't really find anything, but Nikani's Tack Visor doesn't find anything either. So here we go, Feels Bad trying to find those sight lines. It is a little bit tougher, but can Feels Bad maybe take out the members coming in? And
That's my bad. That's so my bad.
so now here we go, back to the team fight. Rigor Mortis
Yeah, very nice.
able to find the pick, finds two. And here we go, this is Taterpots' chance to extend this map for a little bit longer. Ziptail could find a sneaky res though and turn this around. As Phalia able to use the sound barrier, eyeing the Slinky down. They need to take out Silent Tamer. Just contesting here on the point. Taker Strap is so low. And it does look like Organic Kale using the unneeded Coalescence. And at least we will see Taterpots able to take point A here, but a couple of tough spots to get through on point B with only just over 2 minutes remaining. But look at the aggression here from Taterpots. They continue to try and get these picks.
Very good job there from Taterpots. Rick doing an incredible job in the back line and using the primal to boot Soldier and then taking out another, I believed was Panda. So there was no DPS into that last fight.
Mortis trying to get aggressive here, but didn't really have the peel, although the payload is getting past the first bridge here, so that is a nice choke point that hopefully Taterpots will be able to get past, but a nice shatter from Slinky. And it looks like Sea9 will stabilize for now. A minute and a half remaining. We are coming up on a lot of ults on the side of Taterpots. They have a chance to take at least one map here. Win Rialto.
They do have quite a few ults coming online, both DPS and tank ults for this next fight here. Nikani the only one from Sea9 and take the strap with the ults coming into this next fight.
So here we go, they're initiating with the Diva Bomb. Is able to find one, Nikani won't be able to use the Tack Visor. This is a perfect opportunity for Taterpots, and McBrantis continues to go aggressive. Silent Tamer also out of mech, and Rigor Mortis doing a lot of displacement with the Primal Rage. Bullet Dodgers even still has the Meteor Strike, is going to use it right now, try and take the strap here. Actually, no, he's going to try and take out Slinky. Nikani able to find one with the Tack Visor. Perhaps they can turn this around. This is going to be close. Organic Kale able to build up another Coalescence. And it looks like they will take Rialto. So a 3-1 in favor of Sea9, but a nice final little victory there for the Taterpots to soften the map differential blow that they will take from this defeat.
I think Taterpots definitely showing that they have life. They definitely can bring it to any team. Yeah, a solid win there from Sea9. Now it comes to best part of the show, MVPs.
Yep, and I feel like you gotta give DPS MVP to Feels Bad. He was playing so incredibly well, pretty much on every map. He was kind of one of the bright spots on the side of Tater Pots here. Really kind of, you know, like we said, Chase Swanson isn't here, but kind of stepped into that role and maybe made it seem like, you know, DPS wasn't really the issue for Tater Pots this time around.
I would agree with you. I do think Feels Bad was doing an incredible job, especially on the Widow. The bullet dodges, I did like his flexibility, swapping onto like Junkrat and Tracer among various other heroes. I do think Nikani and Silent Tamer were doing an incredible job as well. Silent Tamer on the Pharah and Nikani on, what was it? It was the Sombra and the Soldier. Especially on Nambani was getting an incredible job.
Mm-hmm.
But like you were saying, I think it would have to be Feels Bad for me.
As for Sea9, I feel like you gotta give the support MVP to take the strap. So many amazing reses that changed the outcome of fights. And just staying alive for a long time on both Mercy and Moira there. Just really, just an awesome healer to have, doing a good job at allowing Silent Tamer to do what he does so often, but also doing a pretty good job at focusing on the rest of the team and getting those reses off and building up Valkyries really quick. I really liked what I saw from Take the Strap. And as for tank, all these tanks did well today, but man, did Optibot really perform well today, especially on those first two maps.
Yeah, I would say Take the Strap was doing an incredible job, especially with the reses. They were able to cancel out quite a few ults. I know that on Ilios especially, Bullet Dodgers was able to find the Orisa only for that Orisa to be rezzed immediately, and the fight was flipped due to that. Aspedia was also doing a really good job. They did provide a lot of beats that did change the fight in their favor, but again, I would have to give it to Take the Strap due to the reses that they were able to pull off. For tank, I think Rigor Mortis was doing an incredible job, especially on Anubis. They definitely were flexing around for the tanks, but like you were saying, I think Octobot was doing a really good job.
And we are going to have to give 2 to Sea9 and only 1 to Tater Pots. I don't think we're going to... Yeah, Rigor Mortis did play pretty solidly as well, as did McBrantis. Like I said, I think it wasn't necessarily the like actual skill of the players today. I think it was more maybe like some of the team comps that Tater Pots were running that kind of led them to lose there on especially the first two maps. So definitely Rigor Mortis had a great game, but I think you gotta give it to Optibot. He had so many game-changing ults, showed off his flexibility. He was playing Orisa there on Temple of Anubis. Yeah, if you're in agreement with me with Feels Bad, Optibot, and Take the Strap, I will say that. Yeah.
So I think that should be it.
Yeah.
When are the next games?
I believe we have 2 tomorrow, a double header. Corgi Core versus Valhalla. That should be an excellent battle. Valhalla kind of on the up and up, getting their first victory and actually taking a map off of a strong diving Phoenix team. Corgi Core, obviously our defending champions, haven't quite looked like themselves. Did kind of take a beating to Sea9. So we'll have to see if Corgi Core can bounce back. And we also have Nova versus Duck Duck Dive. Nova has some of the best DPS play that we've seen in Tier 3. Should be exciting. They're going to go up against Gamer's Blood and Duck Duck Dive. That should be a great match as well. I'm excited.
Definitely would be a fun one to tune in for.
Good night, chat.